Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Let's switch this back over to the gameplay. We got everything prepped and ready. I wasn't running behind this week. So, welcome back. If you remember last week, we had just finished up chapter 3. As you can see, we have no story, just the character quests available to us right now. So, after we go to sleep today, we'll go to chapter 4. I think maybe maybe it's one of those ones where it's like, hey, do your farm stuff and then sleep. That happens a couple times between chapters. Anyways, it is, as you can see, late in the day, so we don't have any farming or anything to do today, but we got some stuff we can do, take care of. Like getting food ready for the next dungeon. Today, we're going to do not a lot on the story focus. We're going to do more of the side stuff, the character quests, your side quests, that kind of stuff. In large part because, well, the last couple times really, we've kind of been running through the whole story sections just very fast, trying to get everything done. So, figure we should take the time, get to know our new hosts that we recruited to the host club last few times. Try to get done what we can get done. We'll advance the story a little bit. You'll see why here when we get to chapter 4. We got a bunch of these here. Oh, one more. Oh well. So, yeah, tomorrow we'll get, I think in game tomorrow, we'll get the Earth Fairy and all of that kind of stuff. It'll take a couple days until it advances to chapter 4 proper. Anyways, for those of you who check in the chat, as you can see, I have 2 questions for the day today. Our first one is actually the more complicated one for me to answer. So let me answer the second one first, which is, do you have any New Year's resolutions? If so, what are they? And have you already broken them? For me, the answer is no, I don't have one. Your most common form of New Year's resolution is some variation of, wanting to lose weight, going to the gym more, getting fit, that kind of stuff. And I've actually been working on that for the last 6 months or so, ever since I came off the truck. So it's like, oh, hey, I'm going to start doing that, but it's already been at it. If I were to have a resolution, I guess it would be, hey, I want to be more stable, reliable with the channel. But, again, that's a process that we've been working on. We had to get things working. There'll be hiccups here and there now and then, We're nowhere near big enough for me to have a Patreon to set aside, money for bigger and better equipment, and if something breaks, to be able to get more, and that kind of thing. So we'll just play it by ear as we go, But I do hope to be more reliable on that. My main question of the day, though, is where on the spectrum from your farming, life, crafting, whatever you want to call it, sim, to full-on RPG, like for that hybrids, where's your perfect hybrid blend? And by that I mean, let's look at 3 big name games that I bring up a lot, and I'll be the first to admit that we all unfairly compare them to one another. But Stardew Valley, Rune Factory, and Harvestella here are 3 different spots on the spectrum. Stardew would be very, very heavily on the life sim, farming sim, etc. side, with RPG elements. Harvestella is the opposite extreme, where it's, the RPG heavy with a little bit of the life and farming sim. And then I would say Rune Factory is kind of your dead perfect 50-50 blend of the two. And of course, there's a whole spectrum. You could argue, Persona, the Hashino personas are more RPG than life sim, but they also you spend more time probably in the life sim side of things, and those are complicated. You've got Graveyard Keeper, Reciteer or Racketeer, bunch of fun games like that. For me, it's gonna be, honestly, it's gonna vary. And it's not necessarily where's the perfect blend, because, it's gonna be, of course, there's my mood, but also the execution. So, for example, Harvestella. I like it, but I don't love it. But that doesn't mean that a good heavy RPG with light on the life sim, farming sim, crafting sim, whatever you want to call it, elements, is bad. I love the Atelier series. I love Persona, all of it, not just the Hashino ones, but the Hashino ones qualify for this hybrid thing. So, for me, it's hard to say where my perfect blend in that is. Um, I can talk about great games on all three, all the various parts of the spectrum that I love. Obviously, I love Stardew and I love Rune Factory. I've brought them up a lot of times. Um, I love Graveyard Keeper. It's one of the games that I've 100% trophied it on. I have not done it on Stardew yet, for a number of reasons, but one of the big ones is I've never married and had kids. That's an achievement right there. I haven't, which also means that I can't have all the star drops, and there's a bunch of related ones. There's certain crops I haven't shipped all of them 15 times or something like that, or whatever. So there's a handful of achievements that I haven't finished on Stardew. But I have got the Fector's Quest, the hardest one. So, there's that. Let's see. Money, money, money. Not money. All right. Yeah, I think we're going to have a few days of free before the story advances any. Like, we'll get the Earth Fairy tomorrow, and the next day we'll get the cave, and then I think the day after that is when Chapter 4 officially starts. So, Star Crystals and all those guys. Not a lot of Grilla, but we'll take what we can get. I don't remember if we advanced uh, bought up the farm category stuff. We'll take a look at that here. If we bought an extra section yesterday in game, I don't remember. But here we go. We finally have all 4 fairies. And I'm gonna kill my voice trying to do all of these. So, is the Winter Seaslight safe? Totally. I got those blue flowers and robo-looking guys under control. Wow, sounds like things were pretty hectic. Good job, I guess. Is this another friend of yours? Why are you so surprised? You wouldn't solve the problem with the Winter Seaslight, remember? What's all this noise so early in the morning? I guess I don't need to ask. The 4th one has joined us finally. That's right. You should be much happier than now that all 4 of the great fairies are together. Celebrate already! Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. I'm the Winter Seaslight Fairy. How's it going? Yep, hello. Just because there are more of them doesn't mean you should treat them any different, Harvey. With all the great fairies assembled, you could stand to be a bit more, I don't know, awestruck? When does the 5th one get here? For the element of pizza. And if you get that reference, put it in the comments. I want to hear it. You know there are only 4 Seaslight, right? Where do you think the 5th one is going to come from? Where do you need me? You're going to help with the farm, obviously. We have the skills it takes to really make this farm thrive. Yay! Plowing the field is going to be so much fun! With the blessings of the earth, water, and wind together like this, we can bring harmony to the farm too. Whoa, aren't you forgetting someone super important? Let's do our best is probably the best Haruhi response. The farm? Heck yeah, that's my #1 specialty. I look forward to working with everyone. Yeah, this should be pleasant. How does everyone feel about taking a big nap together? Should I be worried? Okay, so we've gone with cooking themes for all of them. So what is a good Earth-related cooking theme? Like we have flambe, fragrance, and drizzle. Um, seasoning, maybe? I mean, you could go with ground, but that's just generic Earth. You know, it's like saying, hey, it's a rock type. Um, yeah, we'll go with seasoning, I think. A new seasoning order has been added. There's our fairy orders made. Did we expand the farm any? Looks like no. Of course, we do have this whole section over here we're not using, so that's that as well. Sugar, flour, sugar, lemon juice, coconut juice. Good times. We got a lot of good stuff. These. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, as I was saying, we have a good blend, of hybrids. And for me, it depends on my mood. There's games for all over the spectrum that I love, and there's games of all over the spectrum that I'm like, it could be better. This is a fine example of the could be better. It's not bad, but it's not amazing. Like I said, like it but don't love it. Um, ooh, cloud skill, stamina down, and farm level up. We'll start getting more stuff showing up, or a higher. Uh, ooh, spice maker. Spice maker will be handy once we get to the cave. Food 10 floors. There we go. Oh, we need to get 2 more of these done. Is there anything? Yes, we can make those 2. That'll get us the destroy skill. So let's do that. Make a mayonnaise maker, even though we don't need it. And a spice maker, even though we don't need it for yet. We want that done. Destroy skill. I don't know what charge level 2 would do. This is one of the ones, because of how late it is, I haven't finished. Like, even on my playthrough, I haven't found moon fruit yet in the story. I have found promise fruit, I have found nitro pineapples. Those come later on. You find those in dungeon in chapter 6. Late to chapter 6. But now we can break rocks.
See you later.
But yeah, so, there's great, amazing games on the
Farm work is pretty good wing exercise.
the far sim aspect. Like, of course, Stardew Valley. Everyone talks about Stardew Valley, how great it is. Graveyard Keeper is over there. These are the ones where, it's more about the farm or whatever you've got going on, and the RPG is kind of in service to it. So like with Stardew,
Take this.
yes, you have the RPG elements for the skills and leveling and all that, but you level them up and you get new recipes that either help that skill specifically in the case of things like fishing and combat, or that help with the farm in the case of things like farming and foraging. And I'm drawing a blank on the fifth skill right now.
Take this.
It's not cooking or luck, even though there's mods for those.
Take this.
It's not survival, that would be foraging. Whatever, not the point. But you have, that's one example, but then you also have this far extreme over here where it's the farming and everything is in service to the RPG elements, which is what you get with Harvestella. And it's done well and poorly in both extremes for me, I've seen. Oh, hey, I guess it rained today. Or is raining. Because,
Drink up, lovelies.
yeah, we're not actually watering anything here. Cool. Yeah, that's one of the things I don't like about this game. I mean, maybe it's better on other systems, but here on the Switch, it can be hard to tell when it's raining sometimes. It is what it is. Let's see. We do want to hold on to. Oh yeah, we need the vegetable jam. We want that because that's a recipe thing. So we'll put that. Hold that. We'll hold the hops. For those. Let's see. Right, lemons. How many lemons do we have? We got plenty. We'll sell those. Make some money. So, like, Stardew. Everyone loves Stardew. It's a great example of the life sim heavy side of things. But at the same time, you have games. Gleaner Heights is kind of it can be good, but it could be better.
Farm work is my number one speciality.
I'm drawing a blank on. There's some of them that were, even been abandoned by the creators, so they're just not good.
Bye bye.
There's definitely different levels of how good or bad something can be. On this side of the spectrum with the RPG setting, we talked earlier about Persona and Atelier, they're much more heavily JRPG side than the life sim. I mean, the Hashino's you could argue are probably like 60% RPG, 40% life sim, or maybe 70-30. Whereas something like Harvestella is definitely like 85-90% on the RPG. Let's see. Nope, can't advance that further. I was hoping to get more of that. Oh well. And we're going to keep the two of you in the party for my next one.
Cheers.
Let's go run over and do the developer guy and see if we can't build up the farm a bit. But I didn't want to have those built because there is a boss battle coming up soon. We will have that boss battle today. If I'm gonna pick, if I'm gonna pick a perfect where I want my things for the hybrid to be, I'm gonna say probably you don't need to expand that because we're not even using the section we have.
Please, come again.
Let's go buy some other seeds instead. The watermelon seeds. The ones that are good, solid blend. So yeah, Rune Factory I talk a lot about. I would argue the My Time games from Pathea, My Time at Portia, My Time at Sandrock, are a very good, healthy blend. They're probably 60% life sim, 40% RPG. They do have the leveling systems, they do have combat and all that. And just like with Rune Factory, they kind of blend together. The combat is to get materials for the crafting, and the crafting is to get you better gear for the RP, the combat, and so on. You know, there's absolutely. How long these go? 12 days? Yeah, we got it done. We will plant 6 of these. But yeah, those ones that blend the two well like that. Rune Factory I talk about a lot. I would argue Reciteer or Reciteer, I've heard it pronounced both ways, and the game never actually pronounces it, is another good example where you've got. It's kind of like the precursor to Moonlighter in that it's like, hey, I'm going to go into a dungeon and get all this stuff that I'm going to take to my store and sell, but you're not the one that's actually doing the adventuring and all that. You hire, adventurers to do it for you, and they level up their stats and all that. You can have them borrow gear that you bring into the dungeon, or you can sell it to them, and that helps them get better and blah blah blah. But you also have, leveling up your store level, your merchant level, whatever you want to call it. So it's a good game, that hits that blend really interestingly. Yep, can still only plant 3 at a time. Okay, well, there's those. And that can't be harvested yet. All right. Oh, let me go over here. We have. There it is. Come to the farm. We'll check out what's in here. We've got character quests from probably. Yeah, Shrika and Braca now. Castle Lewis Times. Castle Lewis News. The Seaslight Order Scandal. Greetings, citizens. We have received reports of an alleged scandal within the Seaslight Order, who are headquartered in the holy capital of Argen. An associate of the Seaslight Order informed us that the Patriarch has temporarily left his office. We anticipate disorders to ensue in the holy capital due to the Order's tremendous influence. However, please rest assured, citizens, we, the Lewis Kingdom Brigade, will act on behalf of the Order. We pledge to protect the citizens and their safety. While investigations are ongoing, please avoid the Winter Seaslight until permission is given. It poses no immediate threat to life unless close contact is made. Castle Lewis Intelligence Division. Finally, some respite from Shrika. I hope you are well. I am sending this letter as I wish to express my gratitude for your assistance before. Without it, I am sure our struggle would have been far greater. If you happen to find yourself in Argen, then I hope you will come to visit the temple. I keep wanting to say Argen or Argene. I'm like, how do I pronounce that? It would be nice to finally have the opportunity to speak freely. I look forward to seeing you. Don't forget, Braca. You may be my client, and while I don't have a problem with you turning up at my hideout now and then, I don't want you turning up at my doorstep without a good reason. Got it? Only come to see me if you need me or have a request. And if you do need to see me, make sure you talk to the innkeeper first. We clear? That's his invitation to start his character quests. Anyways, before we go do those, do I have any other seeds in here I can plant? Yes, I do. Let's see. We plant those. Those are fall and winter. We can plant those tomorrow. Plant those. Plant those. Can plant those tomorrow and those tomorrow once we get those. Alright, let's do some. Actually, we got stuff over here that can be done first.
Farm work is my #1 specialty.
Do,
This.
do, and do. Plant some seeds. Do a thing. Yada yada yada. We will want grass seeds to grow. All right. There's a paprika over here. Oh, still only have level 1 of that. Yeah, well. It is what it is. Plant. 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 And I suppose we can do 2 of those. And 2 of those. And bam, we got everything planted, replanted. But yeah, do yeah, storage box. So, but yeah, I probably, if I'm gonna say it, for these hybrid games, my ideal is probably those perfect blends. My time at Portia, my time at Sandra, uh, Recettear, Rune Factory, and they all do it. They're not exactly always necessarily an exactly 50-50 blend. Recettear is kind of awkward in that way. The Hashino personas, like I said, you could argue are probably 60% RPG, 40% life sim, because you do spend more time on it, and the life sim elements don't really blend as well into the RPG and vice versa.
Your work is pretty good wing
They're not
exercise.
entirely independent of each other, but they're not great together either, if that makes sense. Um, Basically, what I'm talking about is like, okay, like I talked about earlier, Stardew Valley. Everything in Stardew Valley is in service of bettering your farm or your relationships with the villagers and so on. Um, the combat sections, the advancing the story, or going into the mines and so on. Let's see, I can do this. I did coconut juice. So I have grape juice over here. No, we'll do that. Um, but yeah, so like Stardew, everything you do in Stardew is in service of that. Whereas everything in here in Harvestella that you do is in service to the RPG side of things. All of your farming, yeah, it's useful, but it's you use it for the cooking, which you then used for, healing and stamina restoration in the dungeons, or to do side quests, and so on. So those are two opposite extremes of what everything is, dedicated to. Um, Whereas something like Rune Factory, it seamlessly blends into one another. You're doing the adventure, the story, and all that, yes, but you're also going into the dungeons to get supplies that you can then turn around to improve the farm and the village and so on. But you're also, using the farm and the village and all that to get you supplies that you can then turn to make better gear and improve your farming equipment and make better healing supplies. And so everything is that perfect cycle blend. Um, and my time with Portia is very similar to that. Sandrock seems to be that way. I haven't played as much of that one. We did that first look stream when it was, a week before the early access came in, and there were problems with that stream. I won't be first I'll be the first to admit about that, rather. But, it is what it is. It's a great game. I was actually playing it a little bit earlier today. It's already 5 o'clock in game. Let's go hunt some supplies. But yeah, my time, I like the my times. I loved Reciteer, which was also that strange blend. You could go in town and buy supplies and then sell them for cheaper because you adjusted the prices and all that. But it really was about, hey, you're going to spend your first couple days sections out in a dungeon. You're going to hire someone, go out in the dungeon, do this, do that. Um, Build the relationship with them so that when you beat the game, you get their true cards so that you can always have them. And you're getting the stuff that you find in there that you're gonna like, oh, this is the great weapon for that character, the great armor. I'm gonna have to hold that and sell it to them cheap so that it upgrades their gear, so I don't have to bring it with me when I go out there. And it's kind of like, if you're familiar with Moonlighter, it's what it was kind of what probably inspired Moonlighter. They're very similar in how their premise is. I love that. Let me pull up my Steam library and take a look at some other examples. Oh, right, I rebooted, so it's not actually up here while I'm fishing. Let's see, here we go. So, Dinkum, I want to play. I can't play it on my... I have two different laptops. I have the one that I had with me on the truck when we first started the channel, and if you remember, that one got a crack down the screen, so I couldn't play it. It has to be plugged into stuff. It's the superior laptop to the one that I have most of the time that I use for work, and actually while I'm streaming on right now. For gaming, so things like I can't play Dinkum on this one. I have to play it on that one and plug it into the TV. So I haven't played Dinkum yet. That's what I'm looking at. Gleaner Heights is kind of... I haven't played as much of it, but it's very similar to Stardew. Littlewood is a lot of fun. That one's a hard one to place on that spectrum. Like, Kinseed is definitely more on the farming life sim side, along with Gleaner Heights and Stardew. Littlewood is weird. You go into the dungeon, but it's like the time only advances as you do things, and... Oh, excuse me. So the combat is everything to the... I'm going to say it's more on the life sim side of things, but it's kind of closer to that middle ground. No Place Like Home is a good balance. It's definitely more about... I don't know, it's kind of the blend as well. Like, Slime Rancher doesn't really have RPG elements. I'm looking at that as it's in my list. I have a whole section. Like, I organize my Steam library by genre. And I have one that I have like as exploration / farming, and it's more of an exploration than a farming game. But it doesn't have the RPG elements. Potion Permit is an interesting one I've played a little bit of. Orange Season I've played. It's kind of a basic one. So there's a lot of these, like, ones that you definitely like. Sharky Games and some of the other channels that definitely do farming sims. You hear a lot of. Crafting. Let's get sold. That save. You get sold, you get sold, you get save. But yeah, so for me, it's I like that a good blend. It's why we have the channel here, and there's a lot of ways you can go with it. I mean, you could argue that the Atelier game, the Atelier. I've heard it pronounced all different ways. I think in the Japanese you hear it as Atelier. I think the proper English pronunciation would be Atelier. I think the proper French would be Atelier. But like Ryza and Sophie and all that, I love those games. But you can argue that those are more RPG than hybrids. And it's going to vary, of course, from title to title. Some do it more with the life sim aspects, or really more of a crafting sim, honestly. But, like those focus more on the crafting than the life sim aspects that you would get from something like the My Time games. Which My Times might be what we move on to next. That's going to be one of our questions in the future, is probably in a few weeks, what you guys want to see. Oh, here we go. Advancing the story. Chapter 4, Battle to Save the World. Hey, Haruhi, can I talk with you a sec? Since we've been to see each other, each of the four seas like now, well, that's what we set out to do. It was, which is why I'd like to go over what we learned. One thing they all have in common is that something alien appeared nearby. I know I've said it a bunch already, but they really look a lot like products of my time. The Heaven's Egg near the Spring Sea's Light was a laboratory that built a dragon defense system. Then there was Lorelei, the Summer Sea's Light, along with the Philosophical Flame, the source of crystallized energy. The Winter Sea's Light had the Automata, which the Patriarch used to hypnotize the parts of his people. It's definitely more than just a coincidence. Agreed. This could be a string of related incidents. Not to mention the Sea's Light itself, which looks just like the Red Queen that brought chaos to my time. The weird part is, more and more of those objects keep appearing in this time. It feels like someone has an agenda and is causing weird time distortions and time slips to happen. Is it really just coincidence that I'm wrapped up in it all too? Sorry, I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's where my mind is at right now. But who would stand to gain from that? That much I don't know. But there was something that's been bugging me ever since we destroyed Lorelei and Chatola. Hyde and I met an Omen while we were investigating Lorelei's relic. He said his name was Geist. So the Omens are behind this? I can't say one way or the other just yet. But that Geist seemed awfully well informed. Whether he's the one behind all of this remains to be seen. But there's no denying he's totally in on it. He wants to damage this star. What does that mean? Yeah, it's a planet, not a star, and this is a topic that came up actually on the subreddit for Harvestella this week about the strange translation choices. I do not know Geist's goal, but there's no denying he will cause irreparable damage to the star. I gotta come up with a better voice for these guys, other than just a generic. I can't let you take this human, Dianthus. I have been ordered to take it to Geist. That kind of stuff. You mean the Omen that was after me back then was Geist? But if that's true, back then, wasn't he... None of this makes any sense. The only thing we can do is march up to him and demand he tell us what the deal is, face to face. But he won't be easy to find. He flies around on his airship, right? Appearing out of nowhere like a ghost. That's what his name means. I just want to go home. I need to give Mom and Dad the data I got on the Red Queen. Thank you for sharing what you know. Let's get some sleep. Good night. And we made 555 Gorilla. I think late in your second year summer's alright, once you've got access to things, because there's like recipes that we can't get, or like if I advance the story to chapter 5, there's stuff you can get that grows in summer, or trees that grow year round, but they harvest in summer and stuff like that. Um, So I think your summer year 2 can be more profitable than your year one, but fall is definitely where the good money comes from. There's some promotion outside again. That's, yeah, we already checked all those. Yep. Now we're gonna find out we have a cave, I think. Or is this chapter 4? Yes, meant one of the two. Probably the cave. You're looking around. Oh, hey, the cave's open. Commotion over in that direction. It is already hot in here. I live in Arizona, so like it gets hot, like unbearably hot 4 months of the year. But even in the winter, it's not exactly cold. Like I was on Christmas Day, I called my grandma. And she's like, "Well, talking about how they'd had been snowed in, and her driveway was frozen over." And she's like, "Don't tell me that it's 50 degrees out there. That it's been 50 degrees out." I'm like, "I wouldn't do that. It's actually been about 70 degrees out." There you go. Was this cave always here? Oh, we got caught already. I wanted to prepare a showy speech first. Who cares about that? Now we can show off our work. I couldn't wait for this moment. Well, how is it? This is the cave biome we made. Is this a new biome? Yep, sure did. This is a good example of what I was just talking about. That there was someone made a comment on the subreddit about something with the weird stuff, and I just responded with, my biggest issue with the dialogue is that you have things where you respond to a question a certain way and it assumes you responded the other way. And someone came back and talked about how in the Spanish translation there's like misinformation in there, like the Num Lemons say that they harvest in fall, but they actually harvest in summer, as you can see in my playthrough here. So this game definitely needs, especially a better localization. And I don't know if like my complaint here, like with the Spanish, that is definitely a localization issue because it's fine in English. But this is a good example, and maybe this is how it works in the original Japanese. I don't know, but this is something that's like that needs some quality testing. Anyways, sure did. We can't let those two show us up. We can make biomes too, you know. In this cave biome, you can grow plants on dry land. Yep. Well, how is it? I think it looks very Great Fairy-esque. Wouldn't you say so? Of course. Are you kidding me? What? Is that it? Aren't you even gonna reward us with, like, I don't know, triple stacks or something? Ask Arya. Arya? But she's so stingy. Anyway, this means now you'll now be able to grow crops that you couldn't grow before. So take care of them. Oh, and just so you know, crops you grow in here prefer dry land. So there's no need to water them. That's right, keep it dry as a desert in here. As there's a waterfall back there. And those veggies will grow up to be tough and strong. There's actually very little veggies that grow in here. It's mostly seasoning stuff like pepper and curry. Do you really want vegetables to be tough though? You unlock the cave biome. You can use biomes during spring, summer, and fall. I think if I did play this a third time around, separate from here, I would try to do the chapter 3 out of order. Like do the Arjun first, or Arjun, or whatever, the 3C first, so that I could get her the Earth Fairy first and see how that changes things. Because I wonder if they'd like have a separate scene that they made just for um you get the fairies out of order, different orders. Anyways, curry herbs, yay! Pseudo peppers and rental peppers. And yeah, I could grow another nub lemon, but I could sell that probably. I don't know how much it would sell for. Let's see. Can't grow till fall. Can't grow till fall. I planted some of those. Can't grow till spring again. Winter, winter. Yeah. All right. So, boom, 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 and boom. And then we've got up here. These are useful for when you're at your early levels of upgrading your weapons. They always give copper, silver, or gold. This back here is, we'll have to get chapter 6, honestly. Chapter 5, we can get the recipe for this. This is repair kit level 2. But through there's a pair of treasure chests, and one of them is the stone thing for the fighter quests. Or the fighter class, not quest. It lets you get the third tier of stuff for it. Anyways. Harvest. Harvest. Yeah, see, you have days like this. Once you have this, it makes it clear that, yeah, you have stuff that can be harvested or watered. But then you have days like the day before where it's just like kind of a weird coloration. But yeah, today we've spent the last few sessions really rushing through the story to finish up, all the characters. So we'll do a little bit of story today, but I think for the most part we're gonna take it, do our side quests, do all our character quests, etc. Like tomorrow's definitely going to start the next chapter, and we definitely want that advance that as much as we can for the first day or two. And you'll find out why shortly. Let me finish picking up everything I hear. Black pepper syrup, sugar, tomato juice, grape juice. We got those. All right. Do. See, yep, already have a pink valor there. Yep. Oh wait, we're making jam already. Do. Ba, 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 ba. Most jams, I've never found any other jam other than vegetable jam that you can make use of. So if you're playing at home on your own, keep the vegetable jam. It's used for one recipe that you need for one of the taverns. It's the one in Lethe. It's the vegetable muffin or whatever it's called recipe. Let's see. Here's 2 of those. I think that's about everything we need to do stuff with. Smoker? Yeah, I forgot about the smoker. We'll throw some meat in there. Let's see. We only got 1 high quality, but we'll throw it in, or 2 high qualities. We'll throw 1 in there. Just so we can get it out of the encyclopedia, get 100% on this. Fermenting barrel. Is there anything we want to throw in there? Oh, there's absolutely no reason to keep one of these around. I guess it's a hammer. There are certain ones that, like, the fermenting barrel, where it's like, hey, I don't have the full 9 or whatever to throw one in, but I can just throw one in. But things like the flour, where it's like throw 3 or 4 or whatever in on your first tier, absolutely are worth not upgrading anymore, or not keeping the lower tier ones um, as you upgrade them, because they take, even going to your next tier, like uh, that's what I should buy, is some flour or some wheat, and I can show you what I'm talking about. The one that I just had, you throw 3 in and you get like 1 thing of flour in it. With this one, you throw 10 in and you get 4 flour. So it's economically just way better. Um, it's similar with like the jam maker, um, and certain other things like that. So, let's see, no messages. We gotta go do some character quests and side quests.
Bye-bye.
We'll go knock those out. Do, do, do. I think we got them all done on that day. Let's take a look. Yeah, no side quests listed. But we will buy some flower seed or flower seeds, wheat seeds. Grow some wheat, grow some whatever. Let's see. Mora corn are probably your best summer crop for making money. But we want some wheat seeds to get flour, because we're out of flour. Let's do 21 of those. 12 of those. Do. Return home. But yeah, I'm looking through my library. Re-Legend is a fun one, an interesting one. I haven't played a ton of with it, but I enjoyed what I did play. Potion Permit is one I kind of enjoy. These are kind of like that. Those are definitely more. I would say more the life sim, at least from what I've seen. So do this way. Oh, there we go. Do. 3. I need 7 of these deep if I want for plant all these wheat now. And I think that was 6. So let's test. Bam! Take this! Bam! Take this! Yeah, this is one of the things that's kind of like, it could do better. But Rune Factor does it too, It's one of the reasons I play with Japanese voices in Rune Factory 5, because you just keep hearing the same, watering.
Drink up, lovelies.
At least with her, you can kind of walk into it this way, so she just has to drink up Lovely's once. Alright. Bam. Bam! 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 She only has one line. At least the Wind Fairy has a few different lines. She's got to take that. Take this. Take that. So we'll hold on to. Whoops! Do not want to do that.
Take this.
Grab the wrong one.
Drink up, lovelies.
Yeah, I don't know how this plays on other systems, so I can't speak to the quality of it, but the Switch one would probably look better on handheld, and that's a common thing with some of these lower res ones. But it's not like it looks bad. It's just my only complaint with this game, honestly, real complaint is that, Square Enix could have put more into it and the localization is not the best. But that's again a Square Enix not putting their A game into it. Square Enix of North America or whatever their US branch is called. I don't need these many, so let's sell half of these. We're gonna keep 9 of these. They'll toss those in to make lemon juice. We'll put the bellhop in while the other one over here. Let's see, fermenting barrel 1. Boom. Lemon. And sell those. Make some money. Woohoo! Alright. Let's go
Take it easy.
get Baraka done. He is actually one of the... you saw how I played him. The Avenger class is a great class, but he's also really useful to have in your party for boss fights. As you'll see here in a second, he... the thing that he does when you upgrade it is 2% per level of faster break gauge. So if you've got him at maxed out, you're 20%. You're doing 20% more damage to the break gauge. So you're getting, when you're fighting bosses, you get that extra 25% or 50% more damage. Hello, welcome to... Oh, you again. What is it this time? I'm here to meet Braka. He's not here right now. He said he had a job to do, but he should be back soon. Ah, speak of the devil. Hey, I don't remember telling you to be so casual with my info. Isn't this your friend? Can't be that big a deal. That is, unless you were on a job you wouldn't want friends knowing about. No, it's not like that. I just don't like information being spread around behind my back. I gotta come up with 2 different voices for these guys. Okay, I won't. I'm going downstairs. Come talk to me there if you need something. So what is it? I'd like to know more about you. You're one of my new hosts, so I gotta know more about you. I thought so. Look, sorry, you should go home. I had a long day at work. I'm too tired to chat right now. What kind of job was it? I had to escort some traveling merchants. The pay was good, but we got attacked by a crapload of monsters. So you work as a bodyguard? Not exactly. I'm a mercenary. I just took that job because I was asked to. I get all kinds of requests. Killing monsters, settling feuds. I'll even go searching for treasure for the right price. That's what mercs do. So you do a bit of everything. Well, people employ mercenaries to do their dirty work for them. If anything, I think working a normal job would be harder. There's so many rules to follow. Preach it, brother. Preach it. In that sense, I think it's easier being a mercenary. There's nothing you can't solve with brute force. I won't say that much preaching it, but, Why did you become a mercenary? I'm just suited to it. As long as you've got the skill, you can earn money, and even trust. Best job in the world, wouldn't you say? Besides, I didn't have any other options. I'm not looking for sympathy, just so you know. If I really hated this work, I would have quit it a long time ago. The way his hood just kind of half hangs there is just weird. His character model. Is this what you plan on doing forever? Beats me. That's not for you to know anyhow. I've entertained you for long enough. You happy now? I told you, I'm tired. Let me go to sleep. Okay, I'll leave you alone for now. I'll be back, though. You're one of my hosts. For now, you plan on coming back? Damn right, you're part of my host club. When will I quit being a mercenary? When I finally killed them, of course. Until then, I don't plan on stopping. Yeah, his character quest is kinda okay. But that reward, the break gauge fill rate, is so good because it gets you faster to doing extra damage on the bosses as long as you've got the right elements. While we're here in here, let's do some side quests as we work our way towards Shrika or Striker. Or I don't know how they want the game wants to pronounce them, but screw it, doesn't matter. We're calling her Shrika. Hey, have you heard that rumor about the inn? Hmm? You mean the one about the innkeeper hiding money underground? No, not that. Hold on, what's that one about? I heard he had a secret staircase that leads underground or something. Oh, interesting. I was talking about a different one, though. Really? What did you hear? Apparently, some high-ranking members of the Order have been meeting there with the Omens and doing some secret deals. The Omens? Oh, could you tell me more about this rumor? Oh, you're curious about it too, are you, Traveler? We gotta stick our nose into anything Omens. Who wouldn't be? That's quite an outrageous rumor. Priests and Omens doing business together? Well, I'm just saying what I heard. Apparently, there's one room in the inn that no one's allowed to stay in. Now, that could be explained somehow, if that's all there was to it. But the thing is, there have been voices coming from the room when it's meant to be empty. So they think those voices must be... Yeah. People have been saying that that one of the voices sounds human and the other one doesn't. Why would an omen be at the inn? I don't know. Maybe the priests are selling off Monolite to the omens. But I didn't hear the voices myself, so I can't say for sure. But you know what they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If people are talking about it, there must be some truth to it. Yeah, I'll go and talk to the innkeeper. Are you serious? I have a connection with that inn. I see. Well, who am I to stop you? Good luck to you. Take care. Try not to get caught up in anything too serious. We'll have to deal with the aftermath if you do. Go and ask the innkeeper about the rumor. Okay, it is really hot in here, so I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. And while I'm doing that, take off my shirt or put on something light, a little lighter, because I can't get my air conditioner in my room any lower. So I will be right back. Let's see, switch over here and back soon. Alright, I'm back. And that is much lighter, nice and not as quite as hot in here. So, switching back over. And continuing the story. Chapter 4, Battle to Save the World. What does this even say? After visiting, Haruhi considered their next steps, sleeping in your bed after completing these activities. Yeah, you'll see this sometimes in this, between chapters. Let's see. Oh, hey, we got 2 quests over here. From Ranaya or Rania? I'm getting really worried now. We've been looking all this time and still haven't found her. I told you we should ask at this temple. They can send out a search party. From Alan? I know, but do you really think they'll bother with something like this? What do you mean? You don't think she's important enough? No, that's not what I meant. I'm just trying to be realistic here. Calm down, you two. Or, Haruhi would be. What's wrong? Maybe I can help. Who are you? Don't just butt into our business. Renaya. It's true. We should probably calm down. Yeah, you're right. We won't get anywhere by berating each other. Or strangers. Sorry I snapped at you. Our daughter has been missing since morning. That's why my life is so on edge. Oh no, was she kidnapped? We don't know what happened. It could have been a kidnapping, or she could have left on her own free will, of her own free will. There's no way she would leave the house on her own. Of course she would. That's exactly what she does. She knows she's frail. She wouldn't go outside all by herself. Yes, she is a sick child, but we can't rule it out as a possibility. Oh, my dear Rachel, I hope you're okay out there. May I ask what she looks like? You're going to look for her? Thank you. That's very kind of you. Our daughter's name is Rachel. We have a portrait of her here that you can use to look for her. That he pulls out of his pocket. It's not what I consider a portrait to be usually, but hey, whatever. Maybe it's a photograph. We'll be searching as much as we can, too. Please let us know as soon as possible when you find her, okay? Ask the people around town about her whereabouts. Blah, blah, blah. And then there's this guy. No one is allowed to enter this house, I'm afraid. Why? Did something happen in there? Yeah, I don't know. Let's say I don't know what person who lives here. I don't know the person who lives here. Actually, I kind of do. But why? Did something happen in there? That is none of your concern. If you have no business here, I must ask you to leave. Do not bother me again. Well, okay then. That's right. Be on your way now. Walk in, strutting. Hey, you over there. Come here. Come over to the square. I want to talk to you. You shall not pass. I know I don't pass. You know. Come down this way. Hey, over here. Do you want me to play with you? No. You just spoke to the priest who's outside the house, didn't you? I knew it. You think something's going on there, too. I was waiting for someone like you to come along. Why would you be waiting? Well, you see, last night I heard something. What did you hear? I heard a really scary voice coming from the house. There was screaming and shouting. It sounded like a fight. It went on for ages. But then suddenly it went silent. No one's allowed in because of a fight? Isn't that kind of weird? You think so too, right? I bet it's really bad. Something serious happened in there last night. I'm sure of it. I told my parents, but they didn't believe me. They said they didn't hear anything, and I was probably dreaming. But I know for sure I heard it. Maybe we should look into this. Yeah, you think so too, right? There's something fishy about that priest, I'm telling you. Standing there, blocking the house. He was acting a bit strange. Yeah, he's a priest, we can't down him. That no one ever believes. I don't know anyone who would ever say that. Yeah, right? I don't want to know who he is. I know, I have an idea. We could go to the temple and find another priest. If we bring them here, they'll be able to tell us if he's genuine or not. That might just be a good idea. Or do you think it'll be that simple? Yeah, it's a great plan. Oh, but actually, could you go to the temple and ask the priest for me? They might not believe me if I go. Sure, leave it to me. Great, thanks. I'll stay here and keep an eye on the house, so let's meet here again later. Got the skidding and sliding. Let's do a little bit of fishing over here. There is some fish you can catch at certain seasons here that are useful. But mostly they're frosty herring. But we'll get that out of the way of our thing. Here we go. Talk to this guy. Aw, man, they're not here today. I was gonna show them how to make my legendary Super Snowman Deluxe as well. What's up with you? You show him the portrait. You're looking for the girl in the picture? Sorry, I don't think I've seen her before. You might find out something from those kids, though. The ones who were always here playing in the square, I mean. Well, I said always, but they're not here today. I wonder where they got to. In any case, that's all I know. I gotta head home now. Yeah, these side quests, someone actually made a comment on the last stream saying that my Do You Want to Build a Snowman title would have been better for specifically this side quest right here. Some more snow here and a little pat there. Make it nice and round. Looking good. It's coming together nicely. But it's not done yet. Just a bit more to go. The priestess is very enthusiastic about making this snowman. Next up, the head. What? When did you get there? I didn't see you behind me. So, are you a traveler? Yep, totally. I'm Clary. What brings you here? Why are you making a snowman? Or you really like making snowmen, huh? That sounds more Haruhi. I haven't had much fun making a snowman since I was a child. Oh, but just to make things clear, just because I'm making a snowman, it doesn't mean I'm slacking off work. This is an important and respectable part of my job, I'll have you know. Your job is to make snowmen? Please believe me. You don't believe me, do you? If only I could finish the snowman, then I could show you I'm not lying. I know. Could you help me finish it, please? If I can finish it in time, then I'll be able to prove to you that I'm not slacking off work. Okay, if it's that important to you. Great, thanks. So this is the bit I need help with. The snowman is nearly done. Now I can just add the head and leave it at that. But making a snowman is not as simple as just piling balls of snow on top of each other, you know. It needs arms and a face as well. So I'd like you to go get some nice, strong sticks to make the arms with. There aren't any good ones around here. The snow has gotten into them. But if you go a bit further out to the Jade Forest, you should find some good pieces of wood. Could you bring me some? That's pretty far, but alright. Thank you, thank you. The woman who gathered snow. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, this would have been a perfect quest for, you know, like, do you want to build a snowman title? But I wanted to make a reference to Frozen last time because of where we're at. Jump. And there's another side quest over here. We're just picking up all the side quests today. Why don't you let me go? Or why won't you let me go? I told you I'll be fine. You say that, but I can't have you going out there all alone. Grandpa, you're so stubborn. Is there really nothing I can do to change your mind? Is something wrong? I'm having a disagreement with my granddaughter. You see, Elma here has filled her head with ideas of going outside all on her own, and she won't listen to reason. There are monsters and who knows what else out there. I'd be a fool not to worry about her. But I told you that I would be fine. What if somebody accompanied her? Well, of course I would feel much better if someone were to go with her. That's right, you there. Would you put an old man's heart at ease and accompany my granddaughter? Grandpa! I'd go myself, but honestly, these old eyes aren't as sharp as they used to be. That's putting it mildly. You can barely see an inch in front of your own face. Oh, I hadn't noticed. My sight has been like this for some time now, so I've gotten used to it. But don't go thinking I can't tell what kind of face you're pulling at me right now. You admit you can't see and you'd still make a request like that. What if they turn out to be evil? Now, you can't go calling people evil when they're standing right there. Sure you can. Besides, I trust them. When your sight's been gone as long as mine, you learn to understand a person by the sound of their voice. You're telling me that you think this person sounds good. Exactly. So, what do you say? Will you accept this old man's request and look after my granddaughter? Would a good person say no? You don't seem the type to turn down any request, no matter how harebrained. I'm sorry for bringing this subject up again. I know you're just looking out for me. I'm sorry, Elma. Were I just 10 years younger, then I would be going with you myself. Just be careful, won't you? You worry too much. Tickle me, Elma. I promise I'll be safe, and once I'm back, I'll make your favorite meal. Brussels sprout stew. Okay. I'm gonna go and get ready, so let's meet up again when I'm done. Could you meet me in front of the inn? I'll wait for you there. Please take care of Elma. A lie turned truth. Don't do anything rash. Alright, let's see, where all we got people to talk to? One over by the temple and then 3 down that way. And then there's Shrika up top. Let's go get her thing. If I remember right, she's... No, she's not the magic version of Aesol. I forget what she gives. Let me check. Like, Aesol gives physical attack and physical defense. There is a character who gives magic attack and magic defense, but it's not Shrika, I don't think. Oh yeah, here's the priest of the temple we're going to talk to for the building of stone, or not the snowman. Hello there, are you alright? Did you need me for something? I see, he heard shouting coming from the house, did he? How very strange, this is the first I'm hearing of it. I can't think of who that priest at the door could be either. Who is that priest then? We'd better investigate. First, I would like to speak to the boy who says he heard the shouting. Could you take me to him, please? Thank you. I'm ready when you are. Great, well, we're going to talk to Shrika first. She's way the heck back here. I forget what her bonus is. It's not crit, that's Estina. That is all I have to report. Thank you, keep me posted. Yes, Sister Shrika. Who's this? Haruhi, thank you for coming. Am I interrupting your work? Not at all. You came just as I was finishing. Cleaning up after what happened with Kierkegaard is taking much longer than anticipated. What with the patriarch missing and the Floss Indulgentia vanished. Not to mention this all happened while many were still unconscious. To put it lightly, the Order is in a state of mass disarray. Imagine if they knew the truth. I dread to, which is why I do not intend to divulge the details of what happened. Anyway, that's why I've been so busy. It would be nice to have this matter dealt with sooner rather than later. Which is why Sister Shrika should be ordained as the Order's new matriarch. Who's this? They're the Order's upper echelons. Will you give me a moment? Sister Shrika, or perhaps Seraph Child, would be more apt. Have you given our discussion any further consideration? I have. No one else within the Order has the want to become its next leader. I dare say there's a very real chance the Order may dissolve if things continue in this manner. I'm quite aware of that, but... Then why the delay? Everyone is requesting that you take up the mantle of matriarch. Myself among them. But... As matriarch, you'll be able to answer the prayers of so many. Only you, the Seraph Child of Legend, would have such miraculous power. So, what say you? Move. Pardon? Sights. You, how dare you interrupt? Shrika, I have an urgent report about the case you mentioned. You interrupt our discussion for this? It's part of the job. Sorry. Besides, this is hardly the place to pressure her for a decision, is it? Or are you making demands of your desired matriarch? Demands? Such absurdity. Sister Shrika, please consider my proposal. Of course. You should really work on your manners. But I appreciate the save. Thank you. Was no big deal. Anything a delinquent priest like me can do to help. Well, thank you anyway. Now, about the case. Did you learn anything? Is something else going on? It's none of your concern. No, I would like Haruhi to hear. The number of laymen complaining about ill health has been growing as of late. It's the place of the doctors to step in if there's an epidemic. So I asked them to run medical examinations to be sure. And unfortunately, it looks like your suspicions were right on the money. Results have shown not just high fever and physical exhaustion, but they've also discovered a strange phenomenon where patients' eyes are being stained blue. I thought as much. There's a disease like that? No, this isn't a disease. It's the work of monsters. What do you mean? There are creatures in particular known as Neardine? We call it a Neardine. Neardine. They are usually seen wandering around the vicinity of water. However, they have a habit of contaminating the area where they live, creating water that is harmful to humans. I forgot about this part. Sites. The infected, have they been performing rites at the temple? They have. It's as you suspected. Anyone who's performed rites within the past week has been infected. Do you use water in the rites? You're catching on. Those who partake in the rites drink the holy water to purify themselves. And the holy water is drawn from the divine Seaslight Cave. Which leads me to believe the cause of the contamination is a Neardine. How do you know so much about them? I fought one once before. I dealt with a similar case while out on a missionary expedition. That makes sense. The water the Neardine contaminates looks and smells almost no different than normal. Which means those who drink it unawares are already being eaten away by the time they realize it. Left untreated, it could be fatal. Sites, may I ask you to make a formal report? We're temporarily halting the rites. If I must, I will inform the administrators. Which means there's no time to sit back and relax now. If the Neardine makes its way to the capital, then we're all in trouble. We'll have to take it out quick. I wish I could, but I can't right now. A Neardine isn't a monster to be taken lightly. It will require some preparation. Which I intend to do right away. I'm sorry we didn't have an opportunity to catch up as planned. We can chat once we beat the monster. You would help me? Very well. Honestly, I do need a partner for this. Very good. In that case, I will send a letter once preparations are complete. Please stand by until then. Shrika's duty, Genesis. Closeness. She just gives straight up magic attack. Okay. Yeah, she's not the split. She's the double all-in-one stat. Ba-ba-doo. See, is there one up there? Yep, there's one over at the other temple this way. I think this is the looking for the little girl one. Which is up here. Gotta make them out in front of the music. We're already halfway through the stream. Or so. Huh? What do you want? Oh, you're looking for someone? You show him the portrait. I've seen that face before. Only thing is, I just can't remember where. Sorry about that. But if it helps, I saw a group of young'uns heading toward the temple. It's worth asking them. They might know her. Alright, now we'll go down this way. Oh, Can't go that way. That's not a passageway like the other one is. Yeah, we gotta go. Run! This way. Yeah, it's the one downside to doing side quests. It takes up so much time of our stream. But, I mean, you're not getting the full game without the side quests and the character quests. Oh, you're looking for someone? Oh no, a girl has gone missing? That's awful. You show the portrait. That's her? Ah, actually, I just saw her. She was with those kids who were always playing in the snow in the town square. But they left in a hurry. I didn't get to see where they were going. Sorry. I hope you find her soon. All the best. Sounds like she's with a group of children. They were headed to the temple. Check around there next. Which temple? Top temple. Yeah, they say the temple, but there's the temple and the temple Indulgencia. Talk to the kids. Who are you? Do you know a girl named Rachel? Or a girl called Rachel? Huh? I don't know her. Who's Rachel? We're not friends with a Rachel. Don't look at me like that. I'm not spilling anything. We've got stuff to do. Can we go now? What? You should see the big snowman she made. What? Those guys are out playing? No, stupid. That's obviously a lie. They can't be out playing because they're hiding in the secret snow hut. Duh. Oh. Oh my gosh, you just gave them away. Hey, that's cheating. You tricked us. We have to go tell them they've been found out. Yeah, come on. Sounds like Rachel's in a secret snow hut. Try looking around Arjun for it. We'll get this quest done today. She's in Snow Hut Square. Oh, he's the boy for the this thing, yeah. You're back, finally! Is it you who heard the shouting, child? Could you tell me more about... Come with me! Excuse me? Sorry, Mr. Priest, there's no time. We need to get to that house quick. All right, could you take me there? I don't know where it is. Yeah, it's this way. Look over there. What is wrong with you? Oh, please, don't act like you've forgotten what happened yesterday. You're not fooling me. It's you who's forgotten. What are they arguing about? I have no idea. Just now that guy came flying out of the house. That priest. Never mind. First things first, I have to stop the fight. I'll come too. You stay here. I can't let you get caught up in a fight between adults. Fine. Good boy. Well then, I'm off. Shut up. If you keep shouting, the priest will... You two, stop arguing at once. Ah, the real priest. No way. Well, would you care to explain yourself? I would appreciate if we could keep it civil and you calmly handed yourself in. Run away! Hey, wait! You, get back here! Uh-oh, what do we do now? They both ran away. We've got to catch up to them. I knew it! He was a fake priest after all! There are still a lot of questions left unanswered, but for now, let's just focus on catching these two. They headed toward the Silent Cave. We need to find them before they get away. No, we don't. We'll catch them next time. We're not doing any dungeon stuff today. It's already late enough in the day. We're going to do the one that we can do within the city without leaving, which is going through the secret hut. Rachel, bad news. The grown-ups found out that you're hiding in here. Sorry, we'll find you somewhere else to hide. This is like the only group of kids that's not two boys and one girl in the entire game that I've seen. Oh, okay. Well, where else is there to go? Hi, you again. I'm on your side. Liar, you tricked us. Hold on. Rachel? Your parents asked me to find you. So they did end up sending someone. Explain the situation to the children. I see. I had a feeling they would be looking for me. Um, what made you sneak away from home? I wanted to prove a point to my parents. I wanted them to see that I'm okay outside the house, and I can run around and play just fine. Certainly seems that way. It wasn't long ago when I had to stay in bed for days, after just a little bit of exercise. You look pretty healthy now. I'm a lot better now thanks to the medication. Now I can play for a while and I'll be alright. But even still, my parents wouldn't let me go outside. They're too overprotective. I get that they're worried about her, but keeping her inside all the time isn't good for her either. That's why I became friends with Eddie and the others. I looked out the window and saw them playing outside one day. It looked like so much fun. So I snuck out of the house and asked to play with them. At first we were kind of surprised. This girl we didn't know came to play with us out of the blue. She played with us secretly for a while, but not for long. When her parents found out, they got even stricter. I tried to listen to my parents and stay at home, but I just really wanted to play with my friends some more. I've had enough of staying at home, staring out of the window. But this isn't the right way to do it. I know, that's why I'm going back now. No, Rachel, you can't. I'm getting congested. Well, I can't hide here anymore. There's nowhere else to hide. I have no choice. And don't come along with me, you guys. I don't want you to get in trouble for my selfish actions. But we're here for you. Let's all go talk to them together. Yeah, I'm sure they'll hear us out if we all go. No, that won't work. My parents are going to be so angry. Rachel. You should all try talking it through. That's the moral of like 80% of these side quests. Hey, communication is important. Really? Why? So your parents will understand you. I don't know if I can. Don't worry, let's just do it. Yeah, I want to keep playing with Rachel, lots and lots. Let's just tell them. Guys. All right, I'm gonna talk to them. Let's go back to my parents. Yay! Oh, wrong way. I want this way. Because they're here in the central section, if I remember right. Yep. Okay, one quest done at least today. Do. Rachel! You found her! Mom, Dad, I'm sorry for worrying you. Never mind that. Are you okay? Are you aching anywhere? My poor baby, are you in any pain? Let's go home and get you some rest. But wait, I want to talk to you about something. What is it, Rachel? Can't it wait till we get home? Please hear Rachel out. Very Haruhi. Rachel, this is about these kids you're with. Yes. The thing is, Mom and Dad, I made friends. And they mean a lot to me. They were kind enough to let me join their group and play with me. Rachel? I'm okay now, see? I've been out all this time and I didn't faint or anything. I know you're worried about me, but I can't stay at home just staring out the window forever. I want to play outside with my friends. I know how you feel, sweetie, and it's true you are a lot better now. But what if something happens to you outside? Well, there's no one to protect you if you faint suddenly when you're playing. That's not true. We're here for Rachel. That's what friends are for. Whatever happens, we'll be there to help her out. Aw, guys. So please, Rachel's mom and dad, please let Rachel play outside. Will you give them a chance? Charlie Brown adult talking. On one condition. Yeah? As long as you come home by our curfew. If you show us you can stick to it, then you can go outside and play. Yes, thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. I'm still not sure about it, to be honest, but I'll give you kids a chance. Thank you, Rachel's mom. Isn't that great, Rachel? Yay! Yay, yay! We owe you one. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for finding our dear Rachel. That was the first time she opened up to us like that. Was that your doing too, by any chance? I won't be mad if it was. No, that was all her. She's growing up. I guess she is. They often say your children grow up before you know it. And our little Rachel was no exception. Come on, guys. Rachel's parents said it's okay, so let's go play. I want to make snow angels. Me too. I want to make a snowman. Yay, snowman! I hate to burst your bubble now, kids, but you know I will be telling your parents about today, don't you? Eep. You know you shouldn't have gone hiding by yourselves without telling an adult, no matter what your reasons were. Oh no, please don't tell my parents. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. But, just for today, I'll make an exception. Let's leave the rest up to the kids, Renaya. Yes, let's go home. Thank you, Dad. Gotta do frickin' 6 voices in this scene. Make the most of this time with your friends, but make sure you come back home, alright? Yes, Dad. Right, now we've got the old man's permission. Let's have a snowball fight. Yeah. Come on, Rachel. Running off, it's 7 o'clock at night, but we're gonna go and play. But hey, we got some seeds, we got some grilla, got some black pepper. Where? Alright. Let's do. We got a couple more quests over here we can do some stuff with. Welcome to the Holiday Inn. Are you stay? Oh, of course not. What is it this time? I want to ask you about a rumor. What rumor? Tell me the rumor you heard in that town. Oh, that. That rumor is complete nonsense. The room that no one's allowed to stay in. We've just closed it for now because a few things inside need repairs. I've never heard any voices coming from in there. Some customer was probably dreaming and then went around telling people they heard voices. Still, it's not good for our reputation to have a rumor like that going around. Could I check the room just in case? Yeah, if you want. In fact, please do. People should stop talking about it once you prove that it's not true. Nina, could you come here for a second? Yes, sir. What is it? Looks like this person here has heard about the rumor. Oh, that? I've agreed to let them check the room, so I'd like you to take them, please. Just keep an eye on them so they don't break anything, okay? Really? Someone's actually going to look into that ridiculous rumor? I did check, remember, a few times, and every time there was nothing to report. I guess my word just doesn't count, though. Look, it's just to prove to everyone that there's nothing going on. Would you mind? Hmm. Okay, I will. Oh, I almost forgot. This is Mina, our greeter. She's usually outside pulling customers in. Nice to meet you. If you need anything, ask her. Thanks, Mina. I'll leave the rest with you. Yes, sir. Well then, I'll be on the second floor. So come and get me when you're ready to check the room. We'll do that next time. Because that gets a little... This quest chain, if I remember right, gets a little wonky. And it's late enough in the day. And we're going to be advancing the story after that. I think we'll spend the last hour or so doing actual in-game story. So, you came. Well then, shall we leave? Where is it you wanted to go? There's a cavern outside of town called the Silent Cave. That's where I would like to go. Why, if it isn't Alma. Oh, old lady. Oh, hello. Hello, I see you're not with Alvar today. Don't tell me this is some ne'er-do-well stealing you away. Not at all. Actually, I'm her lover. No, I'm her friend. I would say I'm her lover, but Haruhi would say I'm her friend. Of those choices. Yes, they're my friend. Oh, is that all? Apologies, I had clearly gotten the wrong end of the stick. It's not a problem. If anything, I must say I'm actually quite relieved to see that you've made a friend, I mean. Doesn't Elma usually have friends? Well, being the kind soul that she is, she's always so busy taking care of her grandfather. So she doesn't really have the time to make friends. I must say it had me quite worried. She's not originally from Argent, you see, so making friends here has proven something of a challenge. Please don't worry. My life isn't as bleak as you're making it sound. Is that so? Oh, that reminds me. Did you give that present to your grandfather? What did he think? I did, and he loves his new gloves. Thank you again for helping me choose a pair to buy. Not at all. It was my pleasure. You and your grandfather are close, huh? I would like to think any household would be the same. I'm so relieved they get along as well as they do, honestly. It's nearly been a whole year now, hasn't it? I was so surprised at first. To think old man Alvar had a granddaughter as adorable as this one. He'd been alone for so long. I do wish he had told me about her sooner. Oh, yes. Is your father keeping well? How's life at Nemia treating him? I'm sure he's happy being rid of the old job he had. Yes, he's well. His condition seems to be improving, too. Condition? My dear, I thought he quit because of some work injury. Oh, well, don't tell me he only moved there to wait for some terrible sickness to... No, you've got it all wrong. It was just a poor choice of words. Father's fine. His injury seems to have improved. Really? Thank goodness. I'm sorry to cut you short, but we really must be going. You're a terrible liar. I'm an excellent liar! Oh my, yes, by all means. I'm sorry for keeping you for so long. I'll see you again soon. You two stay out of trouble, won't you? Of course. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to keep you waiting. She's kind of difficult to stop once she gets going. Are you good friends with her? I suppose so. She's a lovely person, really. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's make our way to the Silent Cave. Grandfather will only worry if we take too long getting back. Which is why we're not getting to it today. Or tomorrow. Because tomorrow we're actually doing story. Let's return home. Let's see. That stuff that we can put in here. And yeah, vegetable muffin. That's one of the ones I was talking about. That's why I hold on to the vegetable jam. Processed vegetables, processed vegetables, processed sour wheat, processed nectar cane. It's cool that you can see with the ingredients and how to get them. Harvesting, processed milk for cheese, Northern step gathering, royal eggplant harvesting. So that's how you find out, what something is. Ooh, meaty antipasto. So there is a reason for smoked meat. I thought there might have been some. Cherry salmon, that's you gotta get from Nemia Town. Yep. Cup of tea, the queen leaf. Splendid spring. Premium meat drops off of stuff in chapter 6, I want to say. Chapter 7, 1 and 2. But yeah, you can see we get stuff with here we can do stuff with. Coconut milk toast. Build rapport 15 times. Yay. There's a total of 100 character rapport levels. Let's say not character quests. Because Arya does not advance that way. Let's see. What trophies do we have up in here in our attic here on this character for this playthrough? We have this one. I think this is for you've completed enough ferry orders. This one is like farming stuff accomplished, I think. I think there's one over here for Totokaku level or advancement or like travel or whatever. There'll be one over here for how many fears we've bought. I don't know what's going to happen here because I haven't gotten on my other playthrough. So if there is a fourth one in the middle. But yeah, okay, we are done with this day. There's really nothing. We're low on stamina. We've done everything. Let's go to sleep. Evening. Another chat with Aria. Aria's eagerly tinkering with something. What's that? Hmm? Oh, would you like to see? It's like a communication device. It still has some battery, so I'm trying to see if I can fix it. You can use. What would you use it for? Isn't it obvious? We'll be able to intercept omen messages with it. When I started looking at the devices they leave behind, I realized they look like tools we used in my time. Still, I can't say for sure I can get it to work, but just in case. Arya, I'm impressed. It isn't that impressive. I don't even know if I can fix it yet. Anyway, I'd like to focus on this tonight if you don't mind. Arya's already back at work on the device. She probably wants to be left alone. Back to bed. Made a little bit of money. Yay. Celebrities, day 15. Oh, sleep in your bed. Okay, so we do have a day free for stuff. Cool.
Take care out there.
So, yay. Look, there we go. Correction from Braca. I know I used to tell you to talk to the innkeeper whenever you came by I had it, but I'd like to amend that. You don't need to do that anymore. You can even come by if you don't have anything business related. Not that that seemed to stop you before, right? Anyway, I won't argue about it. Just keep it in mind, yeah? Monster subjugation from Shrika. I apologize for keeping you waiting, but I have finished the necessary preparations required if we are to subdue the Neardine. I am afraid I must rely on your strength once more. We must cleanse the waters without delay for the sake of the people of Argent. I will be waiting for you. The divine seas like cave. Communication is important for Rachel. Now that I'm allowed to play outdoors with everyone, the amount of stuff I can talk about at home has grown more and more. Like what I talked to my friends about, or what kind of games we played. We talk about it all. I'm so happy after having to keep it all a secret for so long. I've learned that being able to communicate is really important. Like I said, communication, like proper healthy communication is like the moral of a lot of these side quests. Hey, a lot of water there. Up here, looks like it's a raining day.
Hello, little crappies.
Nope, it is not a raining day. Oh well.
Looks like some of the crops are ready for harvest. Hello,
Looks like some of the crops are ready for harvest.
Hello, little crappies.
Do 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 do.
Hello, little crappies.
Grab a little of everything.
Hello, little crappies.
Do 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 do. Okay. And do 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 do. Continue doing our thing. Do do do.
Drink up, bubbles.
Do 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 do.
Drink up,
Do.
bubbles. please.
Do, do.
Drink up, please.
All right, so we have save those, save those, save those. Want to find some other stuff to plant out here, because oh right.
Drink up, please.
This is just awkward positioning for some of this stuff. Let's go buy some seeds. It is time. Let's open.
See you later.
I think this will be a day we're not going to do a whole lot. Maybe go to a dungeon or something. Because we want to advance the story a little bit. We've been on stream for about 2 hours and barely done anything with the story, and I really don't feel like talking for all the different voices again for the last hour or so. I'd like just to advance the story a little bit if we can. Oh. Those grow harvest days. Do more of these. That should be enough.
Take care out there.
All right. Take this. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the way they do these right here. I should probably one of these days just take a hammer and take those out and then have like this section over here or this side over here be where all the trees get planted later on. I might do that in the winter next time. But it's just awkward having like this is these trees right here in the middle. Because this is where we advanced, this was the edge of I think this was the edge of when we first had it, and then we expanded the first time. This was the edge of that section. That's one of the things as you grow the farm, you kind of like, okay, I got to do something better with these trees. Yes. We have bone for bam. And bam. Again. And again. That is perfectly works out perfectly for getting the 12 seeds we have.
Drink up, please.
We got hop juice. They can't even call it beer or pale ale or anything like that. It's hop juice, I don't understand that, but whatever. It is what it is. I guess Stardew Valley's PG-13 or not PG-13, but you know what I mean. This, I think it's the same like rated T for teen for Stardew as this is, and it's got pale ale and alcoholics and whatnot. I could be wrong, but ooh, let's do. I don't have any of those. I have 3. or Naya. Both of these make interesting beverages. I think that this one makes a soma and this one makes something else. So we'll throw those in there to get those on the thing. We'll make 9 of those. One of those. One of those. One of those. I think that covers everything important. Like, we don't have enough eggs for that because we don't have a thing. Oh, dessert maker. That's what we need. Let's see. Yeah. We don't have enough for the level 2. Don't have anything for cheese. Wow. I'm not a big fan of the hops juice, as they call it. It's less healing than something like a vegetable juice. It's 600 hit points instead of 700. And what was its effects? One of them is a positive effect, and the other one I think is a negative one. Yeah, skill cooldown speed up, but stamina regeneration speed down. And that's what I'm like, that means that I'm getting less stamina regeneration out of, whatever goes into my stomach. Which is not necessarily a bad thing in and of itself, because a lot of times I'll end up like eating a sandwich or a big meal or something like that for big heals like this that eats up a good chunk of the stomach. So it's like, okay, no, that's gonna last a while and it's still gonna restore my stamina to basically full, but why, have something like that I don't need? So we'll sell 2 of those. Let's see. Yep, okay. So we'll go futz around in a dungeon for the rest of today in game. And let the story advance tonight, tomorrow, whatever. So that we get a little bit of story progress done during today's stream. But I mean, I didn't call it that. This was going to be mostly side quests and whatnot. It happens quite a bit with the between chapters. Like when we get to chapter 5, that entire chapter will be all in one session. That's a short chapter. Chapter 4 is one dungeon. Oh, hey, she's over here. I forgot that she was wanting us to meet out here. So let's just do her while we're here. I've been waiting, Haruhi. If you're ready, I'd like to exterminate the monster in question as quickly as possible. Did you find it already? A Neodyne is a monster that dwells deep underwater. So we won't find it simply by walking around and hoping for the best. So we swim, right? Hey, you're a funny one. Anyway. Taking drugs. What did you just drink? Nothing important, just one of the items I prepared. Now, I know the Neodyne is a water-dwelling creature. Aha, it seems I've hit the jackpot. It's here, Haruhi, in the water. Yes? How can you tell? Do you doubt me? Next, we need to draw the Neodyne out of the water. How are you going to do that? Did you think I took all that time just powdering my nose? It was one day. Enough is enough. Out you come. Shrika throws a red gemstone into the water. What was that? A chunk of fire monolite imbued with magic. It should activate in the water, raising the temperature quite dramatically. The Neodyne aren't accustomed to hot water, you see. This should coax it out. Actually, we might just save the game at the end of this day in game and do actual story next time, because I'm getting hungry already. Blub, blub, blub. A monster leaps out of the water. Simple as that. Now all that's left is to defeat it. Are you ready, Haruhi?
Please, let's get this over with.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Apparently it's weak to ice rather than hot fire, despite the fact that she says it's not used to hot water stuff. Ha, I just got an announcement from one of the other Discords that I'm on of someone else is streaming right now. Man, I should have had mage class for this. That would have been better on the ice. Oh well. Oh, innocent soul, may you rest in peace. Were you praying for the monster? At most, the Neodyne only wished to decontaminate the water. But we had to destroy it. Many human lives would have been lost if we did not. When deciding who lives or dies, that was the only reasonable option. I know it may seem contradictory, but that's how humans must survive. Our job here is done. Thank you for your help. Let us hurry back and report our success. Huh? Are you okay? Apologies, I didn't mean to startle you. This happens every time. What do you mean? Relax a moment and I'll tell you. Do you remember the liquid I drank before we battled the Neodyne? It's a peculiar type of elixir. Drinking it amplifies one's magical power and enhances the senses for a time. That is why I was able to find the Neodyne in the water. The resulting side effects can be dire, however, such as losing one's ability to move it like I have now. You didn't need to go that far. Apologies, but I feel it was appropriate. This was the optimal path to take, so I took it. There's really no need to worry. It's nothing I haven't used before. And if you were alone? That is why I asked you to accompany me. Actually, I volunteered. I apologize. It wasn't my intention to deceive you. Yeah, I'm stumbling over my words today. But since I can't move, would you mind keeping me company until I have recovered? Well, clearly we moved her, or she moved herself. Why did you become a missionary? That's quite the question. Very well. We'll be here for a while, so I suppose I could indulge in some nostalgia. I may have mentioned it already, but I am an orphan. But nobody likes to hear about those days, so I'll give you the abridged version. We got to see the ugly side of the world a few times, Sights and I. Perhaps that's why I was so rough around the edges back then. Their Sights hasn't changed, though. True. It's no wonder Sights is the way he is. But there was one who helped us cast that life aside and accepted us into the temple. Kierkegaard. Everyone was so kind to me. Me, who arrived with nothing to my name. I thought there was some catch in the beginning, but I was wrong. Everyone within the order is taught to deliver those who are lost. She's walking around, but she can't move. You gotta... The writing here, or the localization, I don't know what's going on with this. There are people who consider the teachings to be too strict. But the values they preach are universal. Save those who need saving. Learn how to temper your hatred. That is our moral code. Well, that much seems obvious. If only it were really that obvious. It helped me to believe that if I could be saved from my old life, that the world was not beyond saving either. That the hearts of people could change in much the same way. And so I became a missionary with the goal of helping others in any way I could. Little did I know it was all part of Kierkegaard's plan, as you're already aware. That's not your fault. I know that, of course, even though it was all a ruse. I am sure of my beliefs. That is the truth of it. Which is why I'm proud to be a missionary. The Seraph Child. It sounds a bit overdramatic when I think about it. What's with the name, anyway? That's... it's like a metaphor. It's something of a legend within the Seaside Order. When age of ruin doth come, the winged shall be reborn, to deliver the world in salvation. Sounds like they're talking about the dragons. The winged mentioned is also known as the Seraph, and it is said to be the creator of both Earth and the Sea's light. You're aware of quietus and the unprecedented ruin it has wrought in its wake? Well, somebody said that I must be a servant of the Seraph, as I was born with strong magical power. And that's fine. Light is needed in a world filled with uncertainty. By which I mean to say, I have more interest in the teaching than the religion itself. Now you sound like Thersites. Well, he is family. I think I've rested enough. I'm able to move again, which means my magical power must have returned. Thank you again for your assistance, Haruhi. Call me if you're going to do this again. I told you, I do not consider this to be as extraordinary as you do. I'm going back to town. I must hurry and report the good news. Goodbye for now, Haruhi. I'll be sure to send a letter if anything else comes out. She has her special technique, Dogma Imperio, slash and lightning attack. More effective against any status elements. So she would work well in a boss fight with what's her name? Christina, maybe. Or if you've got something that does status ailments, like the Shadow Walker class. But
Let's get this over.
do.
Lisa K. I'm highly capable, you know.
Piece of cake. I'm highly capable, you know. Yeah. The choice of voice to dialogue is where they implement it and all that is kind of all over the place with this game, but it is what it is. Do a little bit of dungeon crawling, do a little of this, that, the other.
Let's get this over.
Just muck around a little bit for the last bit of our day. And then we'll call it a stream a little early tonight because there's not much time left in the stream today, and I don't want us to be missing out on what's going on with the actual story when we advance. So we'll catch the actual story of Chapter 4 next time. Because it kind of hits the ground running really fast once it actually gets going. See, I got churches over there. Ready. This music reminds me of like the old Sierra games, like Quest for Glory and all that. It sounds very similar to what, you know, would have been done back those days. I mean, the tech and the music behind it is much better, but or not the necessarily the music, but you know what I mean. Like it's not like just 8-bit MIDI whatever stuff, but it's got that very kind of low key chiptune kind of feel to it that some of those would have had. The old school adventure games, you know.
Let's get this over.
Bam, bam. Go slipping and sliding, rocking on the play. All right. Let's go find somewhere else in the dungeon. Yeah, here too, because we don't want to go through the whole fear gauntlet. So we'll just teleport to the next section. The actual next section. Arya's voice just always sounds like she's like has that trembling voice of "Thank you." You know, it's I don't know the voice direction. Sometimes voice direction is an interesting choice that they make, and that's sometimes it's really interesting in a good way too. But I remember I'm on the Atelier subreddit as a member, and someone did it went through and looked at all the protagonist characters and some of the major side characters, and looked at who their voice actresses or actors in the case of the one or two important male characters, and was like, here's who their Japanese voice actor was, and here's what they're best known for, and this, that, and the other, and it's like that's kind of cool and interesting. There were definitely some short picks that I'm like, whoa, that's a big name. course, there are others that's just like, I have no idea who you are.
Piece of cake. I'm
But
hungry,
of course, there's also ones that you're just like, man, I wish they could get you, but they can't afford you. Megumi Hayashibara is, for those who don't know, a huge. She is basically the Japanese version of Jennifer Hale. She's in everything, and it's all good stuff. For anime wise, she was Lena in Versus Slayers. She was Rei Ayanami from Neon Genesis. She's I'm drawing a blank, but like almost any one of her roles would be like that's the career defining role for anybody else, but she's got a career built on those kinds of roles, which is probably why I'm pretty sure she's never shown up in an Atelier series title. But of course, they also tend to have like bigger names for side characters than they do protagonists too. So, which is not uncommon in gaming. I mean, you had uh, I'm drawing a blank on his name now. Uh, Let me take a look. Pause this. We have a little bit of time here. Let's see. Keith David. They got Keith David to do Julius in Saints Row, for example, who's way bigger name than I think any of the voice actors for the boss is. Ooh, we can increase our crit rate. And I think this is a passive one. Yes. How much does that increase it by? Does it say? Nope. Yeah, so that's, I think, the first one that we see of these. Let's see. Yeah. So that's why my video this week is going to start talking about some of these. We'll go to my other playthrough for that. But some of these jobs have a cross when you have it equipped to give you a cross class passive skill boost. So like our assault savant now just got the increase of critical hit rate. I think fighter gives uh, bonus to physical damage. Mage I think is protects against magical. There's a resistance to magical damage, something like that. You get a few of them, something like that. So that's going to be my next series of videos, not just one video. I'll probably do 2 classes that come in pairs, typically like fighter and mage. Um, the what was it? The Shadow Walker and Skylancer will be the next one, and so on. I'm gonna hold off on Assault Savant until later. It'll go with the one that goes right here, which is the Lunamancer, the one that we had for Dianthus. She'll be joining our party next time. Spoiler. But um, yeah, so I'll probably do that way. So we'll have your mage and your fighter. Those are the first 2 you start with, and then chapter 3A you have the Skylancer and the Shadow Walker. 3B you have the Woglinda and the is it Mechanic? Yeah. 3C would be the Avenger and the Pilgrim. I think it's called. Yeah. And then I'll have another week after that, which will be Assault Savants and Lunamancer, and then the final one will be these 2 here, one of which is called the Samurai, which I still haven't unlocked. It's a jumping through hoops, and the other one I don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but it's getting I don't know if I've gotten one. Let me see if I've got key stuff. Bibles. There we go. Let's see. Can't go all the way that way. Nope, I haven't gotten any. If you get enough of the fairy orders complete, you'll get the Fire Fairy Stone, your Wind Fairy Stone, and so on. And that's how you'll, once you have all 4 of those, that'll unlock a magical class. Anyways,
Take care out there.
we're going to call it a little short tonight because we don't want to. We don't really have enough time to advance the story. It's going to start the ground running as soon as
Sleeping is my number 1 speciality.
wake up the next day in game. And it's going to be hitting the ground running and fast and going furious. So we are going to do that right off the bat next time. So I'm going to save here. And we will be back next time. I hope you all have a great week. I hope you had a great holidays. And we'll catch you next time. Bye.